You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report podcast number 301.1, the Central Indiana Scoreboard Show, our daily audio sports section for Central Indiana sports fans.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengel.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Central Indiana sports fans. Today is June 19, 2025. It is a Thursday. I'm your host, Greg Mengel, podcasting today from headquarters in Jeffersonville. Producer Susie is in the control room. Coming up, we have an injury update for Tyrese Halliburton heading into Game 6 of the NBA Finals. And, of course, we have more on that matchup. The Fever are in San Francisco, and we'll hear from Pat McAfee about the way Caitlin Clark's being treated in the WNBA. It was a record-breaking day for the Westfield Shamrocks in the Boys Golf State Finals. Plus, we have Colts, College World Series, Major League Baseball, Team USA Soccer, and IndyCar news coming up. Before we get to that, I'm going to ask you to please go to our YouTube page and subscribe. There's a small chance you'll regret it, but probably not. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's easy to find. We have all of our updates, podcasts there, and we're going to start adding video pretty soon. So please go subscribe at our YouTube page. Again, just search Central Indiana Sports Report so you don't miss a single segment. Also, our Boys Golf State Finals Scoreboard show will be coming out a little bit later, late morning on Thursday. And, of course, we will have continued Pacers, Fever, and IndyCar podcasts throughout the week. We'll have a Major League Baseball report coming out soon with Cody Emerson and Uncle Paul. That's been preempted happily by continued Pacers coverage. We'll have Will Rutherford's 5 questions that need answers and a special IU report with Grant Schaus early next week. The Westfield Shamrocks shot an incredible 8 under par as a team, winning the Boys Golf State Championship by 30 strokes, completing the win on Wednesday at Prairie View in neighboring Carmel. The Shamrocks had 3 of the top 8 golfers, including the individual state champion in senior Will Harvey, who went 6 under Wednesday. He completed his 36 holes in 135 shots. That was 9 under par. He was 3 shots better than Gibson Southern senior Peyton Blackard. Blackard also went 6 under Wednesday. Round 1 co-leaders Luke Johnston of Evansville North and Bryson Tisch of Zionsville finished 3rd and 4th respectively. And senior Jake Cesari of Westfield was 4 under to finish 5th. Junior Ryan Cesari went 2 under on Wednesday and finished even par for the tournament, and he was tied for 8th. All 3 of them earned first-team All-State honors. We will have a full boys state final scoreboard for you coming up a little later Thursday morning. We'll have all the team results and the top individual finishers, along with all the results of the local competitors at Prairie View. A win tonight in Game 6, and the 2025 Indiana Pacers team goes to a place this franchise has never been, to within a win of an NBA championship. All the great teams and players this franchise has had, and this team, as young as it still is, could be the first. Then you get to Game 7, and who knows what's going to happen from there. Lose in Game 6, and the offseason begins immediately. Lose in Game 6, changes probably need to be made. Maybe not changes, tweaks. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But hopefully that's not tomorrow's story. Hopefully that's a story for after the celebration on Sunday night and the parade early next week. Then we can start to think about the future. The near future is unclear enough. Tyrese Halliburton's status is unknown for Game 6, and I think it really is unknown. And the bottom line is, even if he wants to play and he's not effective with a strained calf, what's the point? A Halliburton at 75%, is that better than TJ McConnell at 100%? Probably not. The news is he will be a game-time decision. It's definitely better than 50-50 that he plays. It's probably about 50-50 that he's effective at all. Here's Tyrese at Wednesday's press conference giving the best answer that he possibly could.
I have to understand the risks, ask the right questions. But I'm a competitor. I want to play. I'm going to do everything in my power to play. And that's just what it is.
In order to move on to Game 7, the Pacers are going to have to solve the duo of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. Combined age just 49, by the way. Williams had a slow start to the series before exploding the last two games, including a career-high 40 points in Game 5, now known as the Jalen Williams game. Now, on Wednesday, Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle said, that can't happen again.
He's the quintessential modern-day wing. He can do everything. He can attack off the dribble. He can make plays and pass the ball. He shoots the three. He shoots mid-range. He finishes. He gets and ones. He creates a constant vertical threat on the rim. I don't know him personally, but he looks like a great person and a great young leader on that team. And he's a guy that we gotta slow down somehow, and it's not easy.
Tip is scheduled for 8:30 on ABC Thursday evening. Get in the door tickets can be had for approximately $434. Average ticket prices dropped from $1,147 to $910 since the end of Game 4. You will get a free gold t-shirt though. In all seriousness, if you're thinking about it, experiences are better than things. Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard have been quiet recently, and their defense has not been good enough. I think that story is going to change tonight. Remember who told you. The Pacers are going to win Game 6 going away, and a huge Aaron Nembhard game is going to be the reason why. And we'll worry about the future in the future for a change. Coming up later today, we will release John Robertson's NBA Finals report. We talked a lot about the Pacers and Thunder, but also a lot about what's going on around the NBA. Also, the crew will have a reaction late Thursday night to the Pacers Game 6, and let's hope that it's a happy mood. The sports media world is abuzz about Caitlin again. And man, are the opinions all over the place. But no doubt about it, she is the talk of the town after the Connecticut Sun's J.C. Sheldon tried to bully the Indiana Fever star in Tuesday's 88-71 Fever win at the Fieldhouse. There were harsh words, technical fouls, ejections, even a little bit of kung fu fighting. Man, I really think this is good for the WNBA. Seems like most Fever fans seem to disagree with me. I know it makes me more interested in watching the Fever. Here's former Colts punter Pat McAfee's thoughts on Tuesday shenanigans.
Hey, Susie, does anybody really care what a punter thinks?
Caitlin's awesome. And watching her in the games are electrifying. Even if one of the reasons is because how the other team acts towards her, that's a part of the reason to watch. Yeah. And then, watching her figure it out. Last year, she's a rookie, and she was being treated like this, but the whole season. And her just having to transfer from, Iowa into professional basketball. And then how she navigated it changed her game. And then also she started taking over. Yeah, she's the one. It's a league filled with a lot of greats. I'm not saying that she's the only talented person in the WNBA. I'm not saying that. But this is a part of the reason why she is awesome to watch. She's a needle mover. She's done a lot for Indianapolis already. We're appreciative.
Well said, punter. Well said. In all seriousness, I love Pat McAfee, love Caitlin, love what they're bringing to the city. Man, the vibe in Indianapolis right now is fantastic. If only we could get the Colts to join everybody. The Fever are back in action Thursday night in San Francisco against the newcomer Valkyries. Game starts at 10, right about the time the Pacers should be wrapping up their Game 6 win in Indianapolis. And we can all switch over and watch the Fever beat the Valkyries. Sophie Cunningham becoming the enforcer is the best thing to come out of the game on Tuesday night. Pat McAfee brought that up too. Look, this is a good thing. The WNBA needs heated and, yes, even sometimes physical rivalries. That's what makes sports great. The WNBA isn't at a great level yet, for sure. Everyone else hating our Indiana Fever because they're about to take over the league, that'll help it get there. Man, it's going to be great when Caitlin and the Fever beat all of them. We will have a report or a reaction following every Fever game without a good reason for the rest of the year. As soon as the Pacers season ends, let's hope that's a few more days. Some big local news and notes from late Tuesday and Wednesday. Kokomo Tribune sports editor Brian Gaskins reported late Tuesday that Kokomo head basketball coach John Peckinpah has resigned as the Wildcats head coach and as assistant athletic director. Peckinpah went 85-24 in 4 years at Kokomo with a couple of deep postseason runs. Former New Pal basketball star Maximus Giese has landed at the University of Minnesota, according to the Gophers Twitter account. He averaged 10.6 points, 3.7 assists, and 3.2 rebounds, was a two-time All-League performer, and was 2025 Crossroads Defensive Player of the Year at Huntington. Rob Hunt of the Herald Bulletin reports that Frankton Wrestling coach Courtney Duncan will do double duty, taking over the softball program after head coach Jeremy Parker retired after 25 years as the Eagles head coach. Lapel Star quarterback Devin Craig tweeted Wednesday that he picked up offers from Franklin and St. Mary of the Woods. Craig has thrown for 7,568 yards and 70 touchdowns in 3 seasons as Lapel starting quarterback and has led the Bulldogs to a couple of sectional championships. New Pal junior star Mason Oglesby continues to pick up major offers, garnering one from Cincinnati on Tuesday. According to Oglesby's Twitter account, Oglesby started on both sides of the ball as a receiver and defensive back for the state champion Dragons as a sophomore last season. Kokomo senior swimmer Aubrey Simmons was named NCC Female Athlete of the Year after finishing third in the state in the 100 backstroke in February. Simmons was a 9-time state qualifier in 4 years at Kokomo. Butler and Boise State will play a home-and-home basketball series beginning in December at Hinkle Fieldhouse, according to John Rothstein of CBS Sports. The Bulldogs and Broncos will play in Boise in 26-27. Ball State got football commitments from North Judson incoming senior C.J. Sanchez and from Center Grove incoming senior tackle Brady Weber in the last 24 hours, according to Cade Hampton of the Star Press.
This ball is hooked to left field, and a bad read. It goes off of the left fielder's head down the lawn. Both runs are going to come in, and we are tied again. Oh, my goodness. He slipped, and it looked like it went right off of his body, and we are tied at 5. Have you ever in your life? Hernandez, you can see him there in the foreground. He is the winning run. He does get one to hit. It's off the glove of the second baseman, and here comes Hernandez. LSU is on to the finals. They pitched to Jones, and it bounced off the glove of Cam Kojal, and the Tigers are going back to the finals. And the curse of Omaha strikes the Hogs again.
What a game in Omaha. LSU is in the World Series Championship best of 3 series after a dramatic come from behind 6-5 win over rival Arkansas Wednesday night in Omaha, Nebraska. The 6th-ranked Tigers will face 56-11 Coastal Carolina Saturday, Sunday, and maybe on Monday. In the best of 3 for the Baseball National Championship, Saturday's first pitch is scheduled for 7. All the games are on ESPN. LSU, which beat Arkansas 4-1 in the first game of Pool 2 on Saturday, scored twice in the bottom of the 6th to take a 2-1 lead, scored a run in the bottom of the 8th to tie the game at 3-3. Then after the Razorbacks scored twice in the top of the 9th, the Tigers countered with the winning 3 runs. You heard ESPN's Carl Ravitch call Luis Hernandez double off what appeared to be the shoulder of All-American Charles Duvallin in left field, which rolled to the left center corner, allowing Stephen Milam to cross the plate with the tying run. 2 pitches later against the 4th Arkansas pitcher Aiden Jimenez, Jared Jones hit a line drive up the middle that went off the tip of the glove of second baseman Cam Koziel and into center field to bring home Hernandez with the clinching run. Earlier in the day, Coastal Carolina punched its ticket to its first College World Series championship, best of 3 since winning it all in 2016. They did it with an 11-3 win over Louisville on Thursday, the Chanticleer's 26th win in a row. Coastal scored 6 times in the first inning and led 8-0 after 5. Caleb Thorndike hit a bases-clearing double and drove in 5 runs in the win.
Steer drives one to right. Lauren going back. And Steer clears the fence. He catapults the Reds ahead against the team that drafted him. It's 2-1 Cincinnati.
Tell you what, Tommy, if Spencer Steer starts going that way with that kind of authority, look out, look out. That is a big-time at-bat for Spencer Steer.
The entire National League Central was rained out Wednesday, with the exception of the Cincinnati Reds and Twins. Between rain delays, the Reds and Twins completed 5.5 innings. That was enough to give the Reds a 4-2 victory when the rain didn't relent. The Reds have won 4 straight and 9 of their last 11, made up a half game on the rest of the division. They are now tied in second place in the NL Central with the defending champion Brewers, 6.5 games back at 39 and 35. You heard John Sadak and Cowboy Jeff Brantley tell you about Spencer Steer's 6th home run of the season in the first inning. Nick Lodolo improved to 5-5 with the win on the mound. The Reds can sweep the Twins with a victory on Thursday. First pitch is 12:40. It's Nick Martinez for the Reds, Chris Paddock for the Twins. The Cubs and Brewers rained-out game will be made up Monday, August 18th at Wrigley Field. The Cardinals, White Sox, and the Pirates and Tigers will play 2 on Thursday. Other scores of interest around the MLB. The Dodgers are now 4.5 games ahead of the Giants and 6 ahead of the Padres after beating San Diego for the second straight game 4-3. The Giants lost at home to Cleveland 4-2. Chris Sale came up 1 out short of completing a shutout, but the Braves did beat the East-leading Mets 5-0, and Philly topped the Marlins 4-2 and are now within a game of New York atop the NL East standings. The Rays came from 8 runs down and beat the disappointing Orioles 12-8. The biggest comeback of the year in the majors this year. Tampa is now 41-33. The Blue Jays are a half game behind the Rays after beating a disappointing Diamondbacks team 8-1. Both gained a game on the Yankees, who lost 3-2 against the Angels. They finally did score a couple of runs, but man, that potent offense is really struggling. They're still the East leader, but now Tampa is within a game and a half of the Yankees, and the Jays are just 2 behind. The Astros keep winning, their 7th win in their last 8 games, with an 11-4 win over the A's. Houston leads Seattle by 5.5, the Angels by 6.5, and the Rangers by 7 in the West. The Astros are 36-22 since starting 7-9. We will have our MLB report with Cody Emerson and Uncle Paul Tipton coming up sometime, I'm guessing Thursday, but could be Friday. Really love doing that segment. The Colts have announced that their training camp will begin Monday, July 21st, with rookies reporting to Grand Park in Westfield. Veterans report the following day. They've also announced that they will have joint practices with the Baltimore Ravens on August 5th and the Green Bay Packers on August 14th in Westfield. ESPN released the all-quarter century team on Tuesday. Peyton Manning was one of 3 quarterbacks, along with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And Marvin Harrison was one of 6 wide receivers to make the team. Manning and Harrison were the only 2 players associated with the Colts. It was a really good list. Go check it out. As an NFL historian, I had a problem with a couple of the inclusions and omissions. Jared Allen belonged nowhere near that list, for example. But it's a pretty solid list. Good read. Couple of news and notes items around the NFL. Stephon Diggs, the Texans wide receiver, has been diagnosed with a torn ACL and is expected to miss the entire 2025 season. Former Packers cornerback Jair Alexander has signed with the Ravens. That's my Super Bowl pick right now, Packers and Ravens, so that'd be interesting. And the Steelers have extended the contract of Deshaun Elliott. The USA men's soccer team will look to put a stranglehold on their Gold Cup Pool D with a win on Thursday at 9:15 against Saudi Arabia. The tournament is a North American championship. Saudi Arabia is the one invited guest. The United States came into the tournament with an embarrassing run of losses, but beat Trinidad and Tobago as expected 5-0 in San Jose to open the cup. The Saudis are also unbeaten after beating Haiti 1-0. The winner will automatically advance to the knockout round. Those quarterfinals will be played Saturday the 28th and Sunday the 29th in Phoenix and Minneapolis. And another fantastic facility coming up on the IndyCar schedule this weekend, Road America at Elkhart Lake in northern Wisconsin. It's a unique and fast track, 4 miles, 14 turns, lots of straightaways, lots of opportunities to pass. Always provides great racing. The action begins Friday at 4:30 with the first practice. That can be seen on FS2. The second practice is at 11 a.m. and qualifying at 2:30 on Saturday. Both are on FS1, as is Sunday's warm-up at 10 a.m. The race is at 1:30 Sunday. It is a 220.55 mile, 55-lap race. Will Power is the reigning champion, with Penske going 1-2-3 last year on the race that was held June 9th. It was Power's second win at Elkhart Lake. Scott Dixon is also a 2-time winner at Elkhart Lake and has the fastest lap in the 50-year history of the event at 1:43.1. Other past winners at Road America: Joseph Newgarden twice, Alex Rossi, Felix Rosenquist, and current points leader Alex Below, who won it 4 years ago. The Central Indiana Sports Report's favorite driver, Connor Daly, is coming off his best finish of the season, 6th at Gateway on Sunday night. His best finish ever at Road America is a 14th in June of 2022. His team, Juncos Hollinger, reportedly has a potential investor in NASCAR star Jimmy Johnson. By the way, if you're a huge IndyCar fan, the IndyCar Live app is only $15 for the rest of the year and includes every session of every race. We will preview Road America sometime on Saturday evening after qualifying, and then have a recap or reaction podcast following the race on Sunday evening. And that is your daily update. Please become a subscriber or follower at YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or SoundCloud if you would like us to continue to update you every single day. Again, just search Central Indiana Sports Report. We are very easy to find. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie. Go Pacers.